Hi everybody, this is the Baseball High, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, the High. Welcome back to the Baseball Hut 2. And hope you like this video and hit that subscribe button. So we are back here. We're going to talk about Major League Baseball trade rumors. And if you're a big fan of the Mets or any team, quite frankly, and you're not on X and you're not on Facebook, hit the subscribe button. You'll get all these rumors on here that you can't get anywhere else in one place. And these are verified accounts, and I'll let you know where they are. I always do that. And of course, we're going to talk about it here. So here's from the Bleacher Report. We'll start with the Rangers. As you know, the Rangers won the World Series last year. I think some people forgot. I think they forgot. They played terribly this year. Headline from the Bleacher Report. Rangers trade rumors. Rivals expect Max Scherzer, David Robertson, more to be available. Max Scherzer on the move again at the trade deadline. And David Robinson. Keep an eye on David Robinson with the Mets maybe coming back here. Mets could use a setup man. Oh, that's not going to cost them a lot. The Rangers have struggled so far this season on the heels of winning their 2023 World Series. And that reportedly could lead to a pitching fire sale of sorts as the July 30th MLB trade deadline approaches. 23 days away from the trading deadline. According to Bob, as I'm recording this video, according to Bob Nightingale of USA Today, rival general managers believe the Rangers will make starting pitchers Max Scherzer, Michael Lorenzen, and Andrew Heaney, and relievers David Robertson and Kirby Yates available for trade prior to the deadline, barring a dramatic turnaround. Kirby Yates could be available as well, and the Mets could be looking at him as well. Texas owns a disappointing 41-48 record thus far, placing the third in the American League West, 7 games behind the division-leading Seattle Mariners. Easy for me to say. The Rangers are also 7.5 out of the wild card spot for the final spot in the American League, meaning they have an uphill climb in terms of getting back into playoff contention. The Rangers pitching rumored to potentially be available for trade. Scherzer, Lorenzen, Heaney, and Yates can all become free agents at the end of the year, while there is mutual option in Robinson's contract for 25. Scherzer, who will turn 40 on July 27th, is the biggest name who may be on the trading block for Texas. Now, he has a no trade clause, so he'd have to accept the trade. Over the course of 17 Major League Baseball seasons, Scherzer is an 8-time All-Star, 3-time Cy Young Award winner, a 2-time World Series winner. I would not give him I'd say 1-time winner. He also owns a career record of 215 and 110, a 3.14 ERA, marking him a likely future Hall of Famer. It's a Hall of Famer. His 2024 got off to a late start due to back, thumb, and nerve issues, but he has looked good in 3 starts since his return. The biggest potential stumbling block standing in the way of a Scherzer trade is the fact that he has a full no-trade clause and can veto any deal if he chooses. Aside from Scherzer, contending teams could have interest in Lorenzen and Heaney as mid to back-end starters. Lorenzen, 32, was named an All-Star for the first time last season. The 33-year-old Heaney is only 3-9 this season, but he boasts a solid 3.80 ERA. Yates and Robinson have been 2 of the best and most consistent pieces in the Texas bullpen this season, and both veterans undoubtedly figured to have a robust market for their services. The 37-year-old Yates has enjoyed a career resurgence this season, going 3-1. Robinson's 39 has a ton of closing experience in his own right, including serving as the New York Mets' primary closer last season. But he has been mostly a setup man, 24, going 2-3, a 3.13 ERA. He's also been a closer for the Yankees, and he was also a setup man for Mariano Rivera before he retired, and he was also the closer of the Phillies and also the closer of the White Sox. So he's bounced around. He's got a lot of experience. I would not have a problem with the Mets bringing him back. That's for sure. Next up, the Philadelphia Phillies. This is from MLB Trade Rumors. Phillies reportedly interested in Brent Rooker. The Phillies are keeping a close eye, whether it's a left eye or right eye, on A's outfielder Brent Rooker ahead of the trade deadline, according to USA Today's Bob Nightingale. President of Baseball Operations David Dombrowski suggested last month that the club may look to add only modestly ahead of the trade deadline on July 30th, and highlighted the bullpen as an area where the team could stand to improve. That's not to say the Phillies won't make an addition Any additions outside of relief help this summer. However, the club's 50-31 records entering play today affords them the best winning percentage in baseball, leaving them well positioned to push for the club's first World Series championship since 2008 this October. That doesn't mean the club lacks holes, however, and outfield production is arguably one of the biggest. With Bryce Harper having moved to first on a full-time basis, and Kyle Schwarber now an everyday DH role, the lefty sluggers that have worked the outfield corners of the Phillies in recent years have now vacated the outfield grass. Brandon Marsh has performed well when healthy, while splitting time between all three outfield spots, and veteran slugger Nick Castellanos has begun to heat up in recent weeks and figures to continue acting as the club's everyday right fielder. That being said, each of Johan Rojas, Christian Pache, and Whit Merrifield have all disappointed offensively this season. It's easy to see how Rooker would be a perfect fit for the club's outfield mix. The 29-year-old first broke out with the A's last year with 127 WRC plus in 137 games, but he's taken his offense to another level so far in the 24 campaign. And 313 trips to the plate with the club this year, Rooker has slashed a fantastic 277 batting average with a 540 slugging percentage. While that production has come with a troublesome 32.9% strikeout rate, Rooker has made up with it with a strong 9.9 walk rate and the 7th highest isolated slugging percentage in the league. While 371 BPAP this season is likely too high to be entirely sustainable, advanced metrics are generally buying in on his overall production. That's a timeline. He's making just over the league minimum this year and would come with 3 more seasons of team control after this one before becoming a free agent following the 27 season. That's a timeline that lines up nicely with the current window in Philly. Veteran ace Zach Wheeler just signed an extension that will also end following the 27 season. And youngsters Brandon Marsh and Bryson Stott are both slated to hit free agency following that campaign. Meanwhile, stars Bryce Harper, Aaron Nola, and Trey Turner will all be entering their mid-30s at that point, and complementary pieces of the current core like Schwarber, Castellanos, and JT Realmuto will have seen their contracts expire. The Rooker's years of control line up so cleanly with Phillies' current window contention, it could make him all the more attractive to the Phillies. So we'll see with that. Rooker also isn't the only outfielder expected to be available at the deadline this year, with White Sox veteran Tommy Pham standing as a real rental option who could likely prove cheaper to acquire than Rooker if the Phillies are concerned with the prospect costs involved in acquiring the A's outfielder. Kevin Pillar of the Angels, who I would mention, announced his retirement after the season. It's interesting to see if he gets moved now. He might have put this out there that he was going to retire because he might not want to be moved from Los Angeles. Mark Canha, the former Met of the Tigers and former A, and Jesse Winker of the Nationals are among the other rental veterans playing for teams who could consider selling this summer and would likely cost the Phillies less than a controllable asset like Rooker. And finally in this video, a little blurb about the White Sox and the Yankees. It's again from MLB Trade Rumors. AL Central notes, since half the league has reportedly shown interest in White Sox left-hander Garrett Crochet, it isn't surprising that a contender like the Yankees are on the list. As the New York Post, John Heyman writes that the Bombers very much like Crochet, however the Yankees still aren't keen to part with top prospect Spencer Jones, who was known to be the chief White Sox target when Chicago and New York discussed a possible Dylan Cease trade last offseason before Cease was dealt to the White Sox. While Heyman isn't sure if Jones is necessarily still a priority get for the White Sox, 2002 first-rounder stock is likely still quite high despite only okay numbers at Double-A Somerset. After a very slow start to the season, Jones' bat has started to cook over the last 6 weeks, bringing his season slash line to 241, 322, 408 over 320 plate appearances. Baseball America and the MLB Pipeline still have Jones within their top 75 prospect list, and both outlets rank him behind Jason Dominguez as the top minor leaguer in the New York farm system. Now, I would mention that if the Yankees are holding on to him, he's probably pretty good. And if the Yankees trade him, he's not any good. Yankees, when was the last time the Yankees really got burned by trading a prospect of note? It's been a very long time. But Jay Buhner, I wouldn't count this deal with the Padres last offseason as something that they got burned on. That's for sure. Well, let me know what you think about this video, and I'll see you later.